General, let me come to you next. The Situation Room reports, and today there was an article on the New York Times as well that told us 6 big takeaways from the Situation Room where Netanyahu was present. Foreign leaders aren't supposed to be in the Situation Room in the White House, but Netanyahu was present there, and he pretty much sold the entire idea of going in, and how the regime change angle was quite ripe for United States to now come in. Now, take a look at this. Both sides are claiming that they are the victor. Tehran calls it a win. Washington says all objectives are met. Who holds the stronger hand at this point in time before I go on to Madam Ambassador again? General.
Okay, Kabir, coming to your question, why did this war start?
Yep.
What is the trigger? 7 October 2023, massive attack by Hamas, roughly terrorist attack. 1,200 people are killed in one day. 250 plus are taken as hostages. And Israel retaliates. Retaliates starting with Hamas in Gaza. Subsequently, Hezbollah gets involved on behest of Iran, followed by the Houthis. And then there is a direct exchange between Israel and Iran last year during June. And then we had a ceasefire.
Yeah.
Now, the trigger point was the 7 October terrorist attack. And why was that 7 October terrorist attack engineered? You must be aware of that Abraham Accord, which we have been, it was going on, where a number of Arab countries were willing to become part of the Abrahamic Accord with Israel. Iran was not privy to that, was not in favor of that, and wanted the shift to break down. And the way to break down was to bring a divide between the Arabs and the Israelis, and then the Hamas attacked. And thereafter, we've seen last 2 years, Israel has been bogged down in Gaza, massive destruction, more than 65,000 officially killed, but unconfirmed figures say more than 85,000, and lakhs are wounded. And the end result, Hezbollah still there in Lebanon, Houthi still active in Yemen, and Iran and Israel had a previous exchange, and Iran demonstrated its capability and capacity of the missiles and the drone technology, which is a world class. The Russians have been fighting the war since the last 5th year running now by using the Shahed drone, which was given by the Iranians, and of course it's been modified and improved further. And now the Russians are given that improved technology back to Iran to enhance their own capability. So now that was a trigger. Then we had a ceasefire in June. And then we had another round of, people trying to impress upon Iran to stop the nuclear program and whatever on the behest of the Israelis, because the Israelis still had an unfinished agenda to get the leadership which was involved in planning the attacks in 7 October 2023. They decimated the leadership as far as Hezbollah is concerned, Hamas is concerned, large-scale attacks in Yemen itself in retaliation, and the leadership which was left in Iran was Ayatollah Khamenei and the entire leadership of the IRGC. So they were able to achieve that on 28th of Feb, while the negotiations were still ongoing in Geneva. And that is where the Iran said that we cannot trust you. You carried out an attack on us unprovoked while we were negotiating, and we were almost on the verge of agreeing to most of the demands made by the US at that point in time. So now we come to this stage now, 40 days of intensive bombing and attacks on either side, and immediate retaliation by Iran. And Iran has shown them that in spite of having no navy left, in spite of having no air power left, which is decimated to a large extent, and few of them are still hidden in the tunnels, the Iranians had the capability and capacity to hit back tit for that immediately. And you can see the way it started after 28th of Feb. They have been retaliating on minute-to-minute basis, retaliating tit for tat. And Donald Trump made a statement, the Iranians are playing a much better chess game than them, that is the Israelis and the Americans. They were beating them in their own game. They were using the tactics, the asymmetrical warfare. They've used everything which is going to hurt the Americans and the Israelis. All their assets in the Middle East have been hit. They have been damaged to a large extent. And you can say that the Americans today are almost not in enough capacity to carry out operations from within their bases, which were there before the 28th of Feb. Their flotillas can't come closer to 1,000 kilometers of Iran, and they're carrying out standoff attacks. So ultimately, if we talk about this ceasefire now, the 10-point demand with the Donald Trump is willing to agree. If he's willing to agree and say that, okay, they are negotiable, why did they start this war? Was it the Epstein files? Was it the blackmail by the Israelis and the Mossad on the Americans? And they got the Americans involved in this in a big way.
Credible
Now, as far
options,
as
General,
Israel-
credible, options that you put on the table. My apologies, we don't have somebody from the Republican administration. It would be really nice for somebody from the administration of the Donald Trump regime to answer those questions.